And this is something that brings us around to one of the challenges, I think, for women's politics, women's movements today, which is the increasing fragmentation along the lines of class, race, and citizenship status of working women and of the opportunities for working women. So while perhaps we have seen some advances among professional women, some gains among single professional women in particular, mothers across the board still face challenges, but increasingly we see women of color, we see immigrant women tracked into low-wage, unstable, precarious work, often doing the work of caring for children who cannot be cared for by, say, professional women. What does a women's movement do in this moment, faced with that kind of diversity of experience in the workplace?
It's a good question, and I wish I had an answer to it. I mean, I can say that the consciousness among sort of middling sorts of women who hire people to take care of their children has changed dramatically. So in places like Norway and Sweden, for example, there is very little private childcare in the home. Most children are sent out to public, often community-run and heavily subsidized childcare centers. And so within the home, there is no distinction, and the children sent out are of various classes, races, and so on. In the United States, where subsidized childcare is available only to the very poor, and the middling sort and above keep their infants at home with paid childcare, there are sharp class divisions and racial divisions that emerge right away. Well, how does a women's movement handle this? We used to say universal child care. I mean, the way to handle it is the way the Scandinavians handle it. Everybody gets access to child care, a place. The French do the same thing. A place is guaranteed to an infant of a certain age, no matter what their income or what their background. And what that means is that you can both feel good as a woman about investing more money in these places, demanding that tax money be spent on them, and you can do that without class or race distinctions. And it also means that children grow up in a way that enables them immediately to sort of feel good about being together with varieties of kids who are not like them and don't have the benefits that they have. I think that's one of the answers, and I think that answer that universalizing care of all kinds, universalizing health care so that the poor have access to all kinds of whatever it is, technologies and so on that are restricted or means tested, universalizing the benefits that come from not universalizing, but equalizing the benefits that come from unemployment insurance so that the better off workers don't get paid more than the non-well-off workers. That such things, I think, eliminating inequality in general are what the women's movement what some segments of the women's movement aimed for in the 1970s and early part of the 1980s, and I suspect will need to aim for in the future if class and race divisions are to be confronted.